culture.
Sierra Leone, push. You ma killer this is for them. What for you say?
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, me I can feel them. What are they run me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh. Me I can feel them. When they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah. Some they link they not. Some lay down a guns at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask them, tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, them gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't before in them. Say not a kush. So we they use the old age man youngest. Say not a kush. We the youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry Salone. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. We say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to find yourself in the world. I hope say una they do fine. I hope say una they do well. I'm a bit tired, like you know. But you know, we don't decide for do something, and so sometimes even when you're tired, you know, you perk yourself or you find a way to perk yourself back up, just so you go able can do within you've been done, you know, agree for do. The Republic, as I can like for call on my personal page. There's a lot going on in the Republic. All kind of rats they come for can be flag bearer, for can rule that country. They all kind cockroach they come. All kind grumpy they come. People, brace yourself. It's going to get very interesting from here on. A lot of accusations go fly around. A lot of frustrations get for calm. A lot of coalitions them get for be built. A lot of splits, splinters, fractions get for happen. A lot of secrets them, but like we Creole man can say in jalobos na tongue. Beaucoup in jaloge for boss na tongue. No time na oja them. Last year I told you that in 2023 I told you it's going to be rough. In 2024 I told you, I tell you I say that roughness they get for continue, but there are beds. It's time for show you one plant. You begin making a bed, right? You begin make a brush, prepare the soil. Yeah. So 2024 have been the soil preparation. 2025 have been seedlings. the seedlings them. Yeah. 2026 get for big germination. Get for begin see the seed begin the burst or begin the bud in proper English. The budding of the seeds. Yeah. And say right as plants begin grow, now they begin know. As you begin seeing it, now they begin know which one they survive, which one go kekemute, and which one go benkov. Yeah. 2027, make I tell you now one thing. When I get for see the one that will look like then get for survive, but then eventually go get for benkov. By the time 2027 go the dawn, we get for the yeri hot bearing them. And this is not because I am pronouncing malaise or I dey pronounce judgment or I dey pronounce ill on everyone. Now just the pattern. Now just the pattern. People. So now don't they watch politics, now especially salon politics. Now the pattern no. Some people are there for die, hot bearing, not hot die. And not because Matilda say, now because the atmosphere will be so tense, it will be so hot that some man their heart not go able to take the pressure. They not go able to stand the heat in the kitchen. Then go succumb. And instead of bowing out in health when they can or when they could, Tirangayes no go allow them. Jifanji Ojukoko no go allow them. Greed, pride no go allow them. And because greed, pride, Jifanji Ojukoko, Tirangayes, stubbornness no go allow them, they are going to succumb. And unfortunately, they will succumb to RIP. But those who are wise, by mid-2027, they will start walking away and say, it is better to live to fight another day. It is better to run and live to fight another day than persist in the battle and perish. And then the wise one them on then go do that day. But make we dey go no more. I want to take a minute for say congratulations to Truth Media, because this na something where a viewer, one of we long standing viewers them, being proposed one day na so during a call, during a show, where we try for look into that. But me na Matilda, if somebody don't manage for one, and now and the thing is that, listen, I don't know if na so there somebody can get that idea they when now they don't manage for implement them. Because if I would recall, from the time where that viewer they bring that idea they to the time where Truth Media finally implements that idea they, I think there was a 3 months gap, 3 or 4 months, at least 3 for sure in there. But when they announce when now all day, then they are the business, for survival. That is how they get their antomot. Me they are so for information sharing, information dissemination. That's not how I get, and they not to how me they get me iron antomot. So neither we they are so they get to antomot. We have other ways of getting oil and tomot, but I give them kudos whether I didn't get the idea or whether not to yana or whether it was a fluke. But me go on for take credit for me viewers them when I also first and say VOS can you also start broadcasting on TikTok? And then we said we'll look into it. Not that we have not looked into it. We did look into it, but we not been see the feasibility, right? But now when somebody else don't do them, we go look into them a bit more. Because the truth is, like the VOS said, that is where the crowds are now. The one old salon community. You know, from cloud to underneath the sea. TikTok they sit down. Now TikTok they sit down. And that community then at TikTok, somehow I am led to say they are very generous. They are. They've been proving to be very generous. So last week, I believe it was, Truth Media managed for launch, then show, then live as well na TikTok. And they claimed bragging rights, which I have to give to them. Even though Nayaso Force a viewer, one of the long time standing viewers they can mention and suggest that. Not because we did not look into it, but we not been successful at doing the launching as proposed. But they have been successful in doing so. In broadcasting live through TikTok as as they expect the morning and and they pay attention to the other shows them, but that morning devotion, right, where Lamran are the anchor. And so where truth needs to be told and where kudos needs to be given, and not for say me agogi. So I say congratulations to Truth Media for showing that it is possible and it can be done. Yeah. Now, Atlanta and I say now we can get in coffee. Good evening and greetings everyone of my fabulous blessed brothers and sisters. Good evening, Albert Lanson, and you brothers and sisters. We now all can they do the back and forth na Facebook or WhatsApp, and we'll join you very soon. And very soon we self will continue to look at modalities on how to capture that TikTok audience, because that audience from Sierra Leone is massive. And it cannot be underestimated. And a day they sit down now, and a day the community sit down now. Instead of most sit down there for gossips and things that are not going to be productive to the nation or productive to our lives or informative to our lives. How about we also use that medium day, for bring information that will be beneficial to the nation and productive to our lives. So, we got Bokutin them for talk today, and I don't even know who say. Hey God, who's one I for begin with? I don't know who I for begin with, because like what they can say in good colloquial, it choke. But how about we begin first with the appointment of some new, is it board members or commissioners or what have you? Make we begin with that one day first. Make we begin with the appointments, hey God. Listen, that business of our wage bill is over bloated. Make we forget that language there. It no longer exists, because the person, I don't want to talk about that appointment there yet. I want to talk about the other appointment. Yes. Exactly. Make me talk about news wey come on do about appointment of some individuals then. And inside that appointment, obviously the appointment of one particular individual captured the headline. He make headway. So inside this week, Status pull word na do say. The general public is hereby informed that it has pleased His Excellency the President Brigadier General Julius Maada Bio to announce the following appointments subject to the approval of Parliament where applicable. He say, he appoint Miss Aisa Tambara, Chairman Board of Trustee, National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASIT. He then go on for say he appoint Mr. Ambrose M. Suvula. Una know that name there, una very familiar with that name there, you know, and they apprehended the remember make I call the name or make I not call her. Since they been a country, the Suvula appointed Chairman Advisory Committee Sierra Leone Commission on Arms and Ammunition. Interesting, isn't it? And then Mr. Ibrahim Abu Bakar, Chairman Professional Social Work Regulatory Council. He then goes on to appoint Mr. Sheikh Rahman Kamara, Board Member, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, and then Miss Edwina Briwa Esquire, Board Members, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. You see, in all of these appointments, not over say it bad for appoint citizens to these things. But here we are, how we get a government where they say money no day, where they say host tight, where they give the impression to the citizens them, as well as the international community say, us don't tight stay even false self no get place fully. But yet internally in actions them, no look like the kind action where they make you believe say indeed us don't tight stay fall no go able lay or fall no get place for lay again, no go get place for lay. And now una see how una know say this one particular person na somebody wey be don hold the highest office in protecting lives and properties na the land, by the person of Mr. Ambrose M. Suvula. Una also know say this person during in tenure in office, it was marred with controversies, a lot of criticism, a lot of mockery, a lot of mimicking, a lot of things that when you go question say wetin make somebody na the way responsible for protect life and property go they engage in things them wey no reflect that kind oath day, right? Or they do things them wey no seem like say the life and properties the way it take oath for take care of, it don't forget but that day. but na the life and property of the one them way ask people then say, do ya unu allow me make thing better for una. Na this person worry about. To cut matters short, this particular individual, obviously like his predecessors before him, not do anything contrary for make the nation, make the ordinary people then feel say, he dey with them, he sit down with them, he dey for them. This particular individual left office, came to the United States, was also met with controversies in the United States because the thing that people don't understand is that not so like the 10 way we been they grow up way when people then do something na 2-3 years go we dey in a space of within seconds news travel. Sometimes then even the one that where they oversee go feed the one that where they locally the news, because the one that where they locally they know so not that they don't understand or know technology, but the availability of consuming not so readily available to them because of how the market dey, right? But nevertheless, once that news they don't spread, they are able to access and consume and see with their own eyes evidences of action or inaction taken either for or against the greater good. And so when this particular individual then before in the past, when people then can don't scatter, they don't do waiting they want for do with foolish people and rubbish people their lives, to be honest, they had what you call safe havens. Places that we go harbor them, or where because of their money, them place here so go able harbor them, and then they can live kekekt. Like for say they are angels them. But I be don't tell you before say, unlike the millennial generation, the Gen Z generation, they ask questions. They demand answers. They don't easily forgive, like even the way how we papa and we mama the generation and they forgive. They don't easily forgive even like the way how we own generation and they forgive. They will put you to the fire. They go put fire under you. And then go make sure say one way or the other, you will be accountable. Whether it is through a formal justice system where we believe in, or through other means, but they will make you feel the pinch somehow. And so, to make matters worse, after this mania so done in service, I guess, when it come America, it no can sit on suffer. It be one make much for say, in belong to the party the government of the day, under the party of the government of the day. And people who've suffered in his arms, either directly or indirectly, not taken lightly. And so the life of freedom and inclusion that he thought that maybe he would have in the United States, and granted, he not get citizenship, and you know wetin dey happen to people that will not get citizenship or proper green card now. You know, we neighbor them. And I say we neighbor them because I live in Canada. I live in Canada, and me family member them, praise God, where they in America, they are okay. They are okay. I don't need to worry about them. I don't need to appeal or plead a case for them. Either them born there or they can there and acquire. So I tell God, thank you for that. And so, without overreaching, I would say the reason why he had to relocate back to Sierra Leone, perhaps, and I say perhaps because I do not have all of the facts. A possible reason can be that he not get the appropriate stay where the current government require, because remember they get a cutoff period. All those who attain visa or blah 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 before, I think it was in 2002 or 2001, there's a cutoff period there, right? And so therefore, when it comes alone, few weeks ago we understood as well that he had to flee his hometown or residence in the provinces because some kuskas happened there involving one of his children, where he forgets say he's no longer protected in that manner where he say jump and the people around him will say how high. Allegedly, our understanding is that when he attempted to intervene and exercise authority or power, he collects. He collects, and when they say he collects in good Gen Z language, if they tell you say the person collects, it means for say hands were laid on him. And as a old man or a man in, a man of a very matured age, obviously he cannot stand, make them bamboozle him. So the information is that he ran to Freetown. He ran for go seek refuge in Freetown. Now upon his arrival in Freetown, man must survive, isn't it? Man must survive. Me not think say that pension we retire with. Now pension we, in good English, according to what you have accustomed to, right? Your living standard that you have become accustomed to. And so therefore, now we see a situation of compensation where this individual is being given what appears, and they choose me word very carefully, because in law they say use your word carefully so that if them point finger at you, the onus not go dey on you to justify or to prove. The onus go dey on the person who point finger to justify or prove. Right? It would appear as though this individual is being compensated for towing lines, for falling in order, and also for making the ensure say it continue for live in a manner in which they have become accustomed to. My question now is, if we want for work in all honesty and sincerity, are these the example we should be setting? Is this what the republic, the citizenry should be seeing? There are people who have worked dignifiedly in that country. Why is thank you not being said to them in this manner? If we are sincere in forging ahead, if we are sincere in rebuilding, in reuniting, is this the path we should be taking? Fumble them. I don't know the answer. But I go make you think about the answer, and then you come back and tell me waiting you think. NRA announces increase in biometric ID cost. That ID card. And say NRA don't announce increase to almost now it go be for make you get that card there. And as you know, one thing me they do now is for propagate information, for share information, and in the process analyze either the pros and cons of things. Alright, and so one of my viewers, they say, Matilda, enough for appoint people them. Your take, Matilda. No, I'm not saying they should not appoint people. Absolutely. Listen, when somebody like that is being appointed, obviously it is a thing of joy to their family. It is a thing of joy to them. But sit down and ask yourself, is this appointment a merited appointment? Is this appointment deserving to the individual being nominated or being appointed? Yes, it is a thing of joy to the family and all of that. That they good, because to them something good don't happen inside their family. Something good don't happen to their family name. Something good don't happen to them. But that good thing they will don't happen to them. When, if you take a pulse of the population, let's do the 80-20 rule. Would 80% of the population rejoice and say, regardless of whatever, this appointment is something we can say yes, well deserving, well done, kudos, And Sontel left the 20% haters them like we. Because I'm saying haters them like we, because I'm not a hater of anybody. But there could easily be a perception because of the way I analyze things for easily cross that line there, because the lines can be very blurry sometimes. For easily cross that line there and put me at the 20% off, the one that we no one foresee other people better. So let's use the 80-20 rule here. Given the 80-20 rule, can you look at this appointment, all things considered, not only looking at the part, but looking at the whole? Because from this money appointment, from beginning to end, I think I have become of a matured age that I can reason, carefully sit back and reason for all of an action or in inaction during internal as IG, as the Inspector General of Police, to make a very informed analysis and be able to do the 80-20 rule here. So when we ask these questions, my dear friend Albert, make we go to the 80-20 rule. If you think that when you take a checklist of this man's tenure in office, all things considered, you can check off 80% of it as serving and protecting the lives and properties of Sierra Leoneans. Of Sierra Leone, no matter who that you be. From the one we gets to the one we no get arara. From the one we connect to the one we no get no connect. From the one we plug to the one we no plug. If we can do that and say 80% it checks out. But there's that 20% where no meet way okay, then let us do it. And let us say it's deserving. And that make us say, uno go check on yourself. When uno check on yourself. I listen, here I don't tell people what to do. I they do the analysis and I left them. And I go even give you maybe suggest a barometer or a metric system that you can use to do that check. Where you don't use and done. Sit down with your conscience and allow your conscience for talk to you. If your conscience say 80% in meter an hour, waiting at the 20% because we are all fallible to that 20%. We all, no exception. Even me, Nayasu. So make we move on to the order and look at the increase in the biometric card. Make we read within this one also we pick up from Truth Media. Make we read within, oh my gosh, the writing is so small I can barely see, so we need to increase that a bit. Cutting small. Now what are the drink people, you know? I know say don't say what I show now me you know, me mug or me cup or me glass. Yeah, today I have a mug, but it's just hot water, okay? Just natural hot water. I like to drink hot water bad. If I know they drink hot water, they drink tea. It's good for you. So let us read a little bit. Adjustment of cost of multiple purpose and securitized biometric ID card consistent with the prevailing Bank of Sierra Leone rate. I don't get any problem with that. The National Civil Registration Authority wishes to inform the general public that in compliance with the provision of the agreement duly entered into between the Government of Sierra Leone and Contract System SA Limited for the production and issuance of multi-purpose and securitized biometrics ID card, ratified by the Sierra Leone Parliament on March 4th, 2022, and following consultations with key stakeholders, adjustments in cost of the ID cards necessitated by the exchange rate factor will come into effect on 23rd February 2026. That's 2 weeks from now. The cost adjustment reflects fluctuations in currency exchange rate as provided for in Article 14.1 and 14.2 of the agreement referenced herein that allows for periodic review consistent with the prevailing rate at the Bank of Sierra Leone. The cost adjustments seek to ensure continued availability of high quality securitized ID cards. I just wait for me quick push this up so I can see the rest of. Normally I read from another screen, but that screen is a bit too tiny for my eyes. Okay, thank you. The cost adjustments seek to ensure continued availability of high quality securitized ID cards without supply and service interruption, which management has maintained until now since its launch in January 2023, even in the midst of rising global costs for materials and production. It will further mitigate material stock out and assurances of safeguarding the long-term affordability, reliability, availability, we have all the T's here, and efficiency in ID card production at all times. Accordingly, the updated and adjusted cost covering application, production, and issuance are as follows. Okay. For national ID, it go from 145 leones to 165 leones. And then for non-nationals, okay, then they when they say national, now people that were born inside Salone, people that were a Salone citizen, and then they go cost for them. And then for the one that we not to national, we not born inside Salone, we know they not to Salone Sierra Leoneans, them it go cost them 205, where it go cost them before now been 205, now it go cost them 200 and this na 30.5. If I don't read the money properly, please don't read them properly, because when it comes to Salone money, this new currency, I am still struggling to understand how the figures work. So now forgive me, ECOWAS National, so for ECOWAS National, the one that we born inside the sub-region of ECOWAS. So for example, if you're an if you're an Ivorian, if you're Ghanaian, if you're Togolese, if you're Beninois, if you're Malian, if you're Senegalese, if you're a Nigerian, so on and so forth. It will cost you 245 leons. Now it been they cost you before, but now it will cost you 280 leons. And then if not to the ECOWAS region you come on another region, and the reason why it is stipulated here as non-ECOWAS national, because ECOWAS, they within the West African sub-region. It not include the East African, then gets the yon, it not include Central Africa, then gets the yon, it not include South Africa, then gets the yon, it not include North Africa, then self gets the yon. So for people that will not understand why the non-nationals of ECOWAS outside that's come into play. Before them they pay 405, now they go pay 465. In all of this rise or this raise, honestly, I'm not concerned about the raise of the other three categories. The raise when it concerned about now the nationals of Sierra Leone. And there is a particular segment of the nationals of Sierra Leone where me concerned about. And some people will say, Matilda, come on, we're all Sierra Leoneans, but the 5 fingers are not the same. And I can always say that our 5 fingers are not the same, and we ought to respect and acknowledge that. I know say this is not a one-time payment situation. And the reason why they cite now because of rising costs, right? Exchange rate fluctuation. The question when we go ask is that, me, Matilda, tell God thank you and knock on wood, I can easily afford the 160,000 where then they ask for and go do me national ID card. Many of us living in the diaspora, and the reason why they say many of us living in the diaspora, because I also know of situations of we brothers them and sisters them where they live na the diaspora way na by we all they live by God in mercy, but then it takes the mercy and grace of God and then they live with. So even this money so na bone na throat for them for pool, and I'm being serious here. I'm being very serious. I'm not being dramatic at all. Yeah. And so when we look at this situation now, the question we may go ask is that in a population of 8 million, right? In a population of 8 million, then inside Salone, remember when they say the Salone population, because Salone reach the point at where then they do census of the diasporan population. They don't do that. They don't include us as part of, right? Because we not even entitled to vote as part of. So this number where we they call, so this number rests within the borders of Sierra Leone. In a population of 8 million, the question when we go ask Nayaso is that what is the metrics, or what are the metrics of the one that we already even able afford the 145 forget the ID card. Almost people then at Salone out of that 8 million they already don't get ID card or can afford the 145 forget the ID card. let alone now 165. What are the metrics saying? Because sometimes you not just a grab an ace price so normal without looking internally, economically how things are going. Yeah. Me no say me no ace price, but I say there is a particular segment of the population that is of grave concern to me. And like I say, some of we say we dey abroad or we dey in another man country. Not all we all dey able afford 3 square meals a day, contrary to what you might believe. As a matter of fact, not all we all dey even able afford 2 square meals a day, contrary to what you all might believe. And so I dey ask the question, as of right now, almost people them na that 8 million population, what is the data saying as to them one them we don't acquire them card? Is the number telling you that yes, Sierra Leoneans are able to afford to make this one-time sacrifice and not even know waiting at the duration of this card, if this card they expire, or if you know if you get expiry date, or if you not get expiry dates? I don't know. You know what? As a matter of fact, give me a second. I think I should be able to tell. Now give me 1 second, yeah. Now give me 1 second. I think I should be able to tell because no. Let's see, is there an expiry date on these cards? Date of birth, personal ID number, NIM number. Yes. Yes, there is an expiry date. There is an expiry date on the card, and the reason we make I say una give me 1 second, make I go watch, because I get people now why they pay school fee for na salon. And for make sure say the school fee go to the right place and I pay the school fee for the right person. I can always tell them say una send me on ID card. When you send me on ID card, I dey watch exactly as your name spell na the ID card, blah 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 blah. Then I make sure say whatever is being paid for the right person. So now that make I say una give me 1 second, I go verify now if you get expiry date. And they can compare the expiry dates where I see from one person to the expiry date of another person. Now give me a second. And the reason why I want to do this quick comparison of the expiry date where I see per one person to the expiry date where I want to see for the other person, what this tells me, it will tell me if the expiry date are according to when you get the ID. So maybe, I don't know, over here in 10 years mostly we papers then can expire. So my driving license 10 years, my health card 10 years, my passport I make sure it's 10 years, right? So after 10 years now that 10 years they renew. I don't know waiting at the year allowance for their ID card there, so but I don't look at three different ID cards then where they send to me, and I don't go na the expiry date section. All three of them get different expiry dates, we mean say by date of issuance. So depending on the date where they issue to you, then calculate and depending on the date where them put say na in the duration where them put say na in the ID card good for. Could be 5 years, it could be 10 years. I don't know how long. If anybody gets that information, they on a drop and at the comment section, and I can go back later on and just talk about this a little bit. You know for say right now, the minimum wage inside salon is still 800 leons. Still 800 leons. Now only in April, according to the Minister of Works, that then go go to 1.2. Only in April. Bossing there for parents. I know say this is not a one-time investment for a duration of time. But the question we may ask right now is that how many people realistically able afford this as it is right now for make you even go ace the price up pandem? All things considered, economy, life, wages, expenses, right? Aleph and so, uno be the judge. Uno be the judge. Me na Canada na ya, so I know for say way I go renew me health card and me driver's license. As a matter of fact, my health card and my driver's license, they make them in such a way that they both come into expiry at the same time. Every 10 years. So where they go now, they all two are they renew together. My passport is different, but still not 10 years. So if I go renew my passport now, 10 years. The phone line open. Me, the phone, when are the kinda a show? Una no wait for make I say the phone line open. Please, viewers, I just see a comment from a viewer on YouTube just now saying please encourage calls from concerned Sierra Leoneans. The phone lines are always open. The moment una see me na yaso, the moment I say the phone lines are open. If at that particular point I don't want comments or anything, I will tell una say una give me 5 minutes make I finish my thought. And then I will take on a call. So please, let's put the phone, the information for the phone lines up. And we go there, as I talk, we go there, rotate the information for the phone line. Do ya? Uno call. Uno share on opinions them. So we WhatsApp line 9 they work right now, and another line they use. So if you know I call we WhatsApp line now +1 343 997 5828. Now don't forget say we also the broadcast now VOS radio in Freetown 91.9 FM. Una can also download with VOS television mobile app through Google Play Store as well as through the Apple Store. So please, viewers and listeners, excuse me, at any time when I come on, please, una no wait at all for make I say the phone lines are open. The moment I begin for say good afternoon or good morning or whatever, just if anything, just give me 5 minutes for make I just do me introduction and greetings. And trust me, the moment I begin talk on topics them, I begin do analysis them. That is your cue for no say the phone lines are open. Okay? We dey broadcast na YouTube VOS Television, na Facebook VOS Television, na X VOS Television, na VOS TV website as well, www.vostelevision.com, na the VOS radio website, www.vosradio.com. And obviously, una can catch we na Google and Play Store on VOS Television as well. So we get multiple platforms then where we dey broadcast through. And I know what promise at this time, but that TikTok, trust me, we get for see inside it. Get for see inside it. So please, you want to call the numbers. The phone lines are open. Okay, make I continue with waiting. I've been the talk about. Mr. Producer, I think they just keep me locked on with the number to call, unless I talk about something else we'll need for sure. So me people then are the word that too. Sometimes you can able afford for pay for all your family member for get that ID day if you so opportune. But not to the 5 finger, they not to the same, not to all man go able afford. And when you were able afford, almost really you go able afford for take on. Are you going to go pay for 10,000 people to get ID card? Are you going to go pay for 100,000 people to get ID card? So when we dey make them decisions there, so make we also make them in the context of the current environment and foreseeable future. Yeah. Now I dey move on to another topic. I don't talk about 2 things them so far. And we will continue talking. Now I want to make because obviously national ID is a form of revenue collection. I want to make we listen small from the woman where they in charge of taxation and revenue collection as well. Waiting it been get for say to Truth Media when he appear on Truth Media this week. Family, make we listen.
In the heart of Sierra Leone, where dreams often struggle to find wings, one young man dared to hope. This is John Sitta. Born into a humble family where even putting food on the table was a daily challenge, education seemed like a distant dream.
Good afternoon and welcome to Voice of Salone Radio.
Good afternoon to the listeners.
Yeah, so what's your name?
My name is Ibrahim, sir. Ibrahim Pedal.
Ibrahim Pedal, what thing?
Kamara.
You understand say everybody people come first in the whole country?
Yes, I'm a pikin. Okay. Actually, they talk to you now, so we born the pikin. Now, attire the cell. Now, empty attire the cell. I no get. And launch na 10,000 a year every day. At times we meet up at the biggest one and when we eat, they can get 10,000. Not all the time. It is strain. And the constraint, are they up to 14 years work no day?
John had a fire in his heart and brilliance in his mind. But brilliance without opportunity often fades into silence. His parents believed in him, but with an annual family income of less than $1,000, they couldn't afford to keep John in school. Then came the VOS Diaspora Helping Hands Scholarship Program, a beacon of hope for underprivileged, talented students like John.
Take the first position during my WAS examination.
And what are the mechanisms have you put in place for you to become first again for WAS?
I should be studying very hard and hardworking in class.
So what you want to tell others that are unfortunately taking first in the Beckett process?
Okay, my advice to my colleague students is that success do not come overnight. They have to study and get prepared or for any tax overhead.
All right, thank you very much. This is VOS, Voice of Salone Radio.
Today, John is not just a student. He's a leader, a mentor, and a beacon of hope for his community. With your support, VOS Diaspora Helping Hands empowers students like John from humble beginnings to reach for the stars. Together, we can change the story. Join us today. Sponsor a dream. Shape the future. Scan the QR code to donate or visit our website at www.vosdiaspora.org.
For me not a lawyer, I'm a lay person, right? But me not believe, say, we person thief government money and invest that money, there should be any settlement. I get colleagues, first of all, within, I will talk to the board and the management, we should be doing lifestyle audit. NRA should be doing lifestyle audit, not even the ACC. NRA, in the other, my colleagues in other jurisdictions, as much as ACC can come in, but NRA gets a department where they do lifestyle audit.
Una they do them now?
We don't begin do them yet. We get a unit with the internal affairs. When I just if there's an investigation, but we not begin do lifestyle
But
audit.
something you'll want to.
Absolutely. That we get a leadership training of CG's last week workshop. These are the discussions I was having with my colleagues. Then they do lifestyle audit because when they work for the National Revenue Authority, you are public. You play with government money. You cannot live flamboyantly. You have to look at the salary where they make. You cannot have Abu where they make. I'm quite sure Abu was not making more than 15,000 monthly. And then you see a building can host then they again, me not a lawyer, but anybody where they use NRA government money, taxpayers' money for enrich themselves, there should not be any settlement. Everything that you build belongs to the government, and therefore everything should have been confiscated.
So if una dey wonder who side this conversation come on, una know say recently the ACC publicized the wealth accumulated by Abu, wey been the work na NRA. Oh dear Lord. Like the woman say, this not them boss. He say Abu he quite sure say not been they make 15,000 per month. For somebody we not been they make, and this is all tied into the conversation where I just get as in. These schemes are meant to bring revenue for government. Then revenue, then they nine governments they take pay salary for some parts. Nine also then they use for plan certain things. Then I get mixed feelings about this, and hear me out, people. The very strict professional side of me, Matilda, the very strict disciplinarian side of me, Matilda, is saying she's absolutely right. Where people then come into office, therefore audit them. They're not only for audit them, when you then are a particular position, when you occupy a particular position, they not only they audit you, but they also get for audit you lifestyle, the way they live. All throughout your tenure where you they work. Like me, so I not make any secrets. Na I also for say I'm the work now the international development. Global Affairs Canada. The ministry where I work for, I get about 3 ministers them where me on work they touch on directly. Minister of Trade, Minister of International Relations, Minister of International Development. All three of them ministries that them a portfolio been they touch under them, and then portfolio they interact with me. I they work with top secret clearance. We mean for say I am binded with the utmost. I am sworn to utmost secrecy. But also waiting and they come with is that me life, as soon as know and so, now this shishi media is also being monitored and audited by the government. So I can't live the life or tap na oswe not commensurable to me income. Or drive motorcar we not commensurable to me income. Or get one kind money in a bank when no make sense with me income. At all not. But here na a country where people feel like when they go into government, that is an opportunity for loot. No opportunity na a scheme for get rich quicker. For get rich faster, then self they don't alive. This not the time now for make them alive. You know, in recent times, I've been having conversations with the so-called stalwarts or followers of them when they will say they want to take on power. Young boys, fangul them wanna come back wanna shape the link. We been get technical interruption and that make we do a commercial, not because the show been done, but we are still here. So wanna share the link and wanna call family, make them come back and join. And the way with the young people they had a talk. When I ask them about their dreams, okay, now you they work for government, okay, now you're a government official, you're a civil servant, you don't come into, serving the nation, because when you decide to be a civil servant, you pledge allegiance or you pledge, say you are there to serve the nation, you get for be of service. So I asked her, so in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, who sound assume herself now na career? But boy, fearful. He fearful, left. And so that is why the likes of Abu, when I see the wealth where he amass in such a short period of time, I'm not surprised. Because standing nine at the thinking right now of this, many of these young people, if you sit down with them, because me, I have to sit down. Me age group, the one that way old pass me, the one that way young pass me, the one that wanna feel to say, who are you? No, I am not like that. I will sit with them all. I will have conversations with them all. And so some of the things the way the young people they are, so they say, honest to God is scary. Because they might not know they in the service that they are rendering to the nation. They might not they pan the work. How for go into professional development and be really au fait with their skill. Be really, at one with their skill, like for say they and their skill sets then are 5 and 6. They know it so well, That is not professional development, training, certification. Not to their mind and do. If they young people they also begin pull master plan and they show now of the host the way they want bill. When I go feel to say na joke they joke, say Matilda, I'm not exaggerating. Some of you take your time and speak to these young people who have recently been absorbed into service. Whether foreign service or whether national service or na call them anyhow na one for call and take your time and speak to some of them. Make una see the way how some of them they think. It go make una afraid God. Some of them already have master plan, like 3D plans of the homes, the way they want build, of the kind motto. I don't say homo, I say homes them. Where they want build, motorcar them where they want drive, the places them where they want build them. And I am saying to myself, I'm like, oh well, as a civil servant, obviously by the time you retire, you would be able to afford what you are showing me. And say, hey, Matilda, wait till they talk. This na me 5 to 10 year plan now they show you. So I say, you 5 to waiting under which salary? And you see, they are very open on some of the way you talk to them. They even tell you waiting at the salary, current salary where they make. And so you, in your wisdom, inside your head, they do quick calculation. Say, okay, if this is what you are making right now, okay, times 12, okay, that's 12 months, okay, times, you know, how many years in 5 years you do you even account for inflation on top that day, waiting and they show you they cannot afford it. If not through corruptible means. They cannot. If not through corruptible means. And so the other side of me, in as much as I agree with this woman, so the other side of me is also saying, in order to curb this, and make sure say you get fair chance to only go after the one that way how greedy belly our goat, pay people living wages. Pay people living wages. Pay people in a way that they are not paupers and beggars at the end of the month. Pay people wages where at the end of the day, they don't seem like be living on the verge. Because now this living on the verge, living in poverty and not making ends meet at all, now they cause people they're like abu when they get into position of trust. Instead of them manage the public purse properly, then look at the examples surrounding them, because the examples surrounding them not don't pay dividends to anything but the same kapu our God pattern. And so they do not have or rarely can look up to somebody like you where they live according to your means and your standard. They do not have such role models, you know, overwhelmingly drowning the system for look to. The models the way they get way overwhelmingly the way they drown the system, now the models of Uside and Tau cow. Now day for it. Make sure say you eat and belly full and you belly boss. Make sure say you eat belly full and you belly boss. That is the model these young people and some of our people have become accustomed to. And so when una puts them in a position of trust, a position of leadership, a position of building, when they come into monies that is not commensurable to standard of living, guess what? They are easily persuaded to become corrupt individuals. So pay people wages, we not go lead them to that. Because if you don't pay somebody a wage, we're supposed to be good for them, We supposed to take care of at least them basic needs, the immediate basic needs. And that person they back look ping, you go pan our got kapu kapu, you know. Then you have reason. You have justifiable reason for go after them. And I'm not defending and saying the state does not have justifiable reason for go after corrupt individual. But also at the same time, waiting at they say is what has the state portrayed in terms of leadership, in terms of judiciousness, in terms of utilizing state resources with prudence, in terms of utilizing state resources fiduciarily. Waiting whose example una dan set for them one day so. Now the example we una set for them, waiting and they see around them, 9, then they take, 9, then they follow. And so na me own part, me go continue for advocate for proper wages. Think of also, even we na yaso some 10 day, we na yaso some 10 day, we dey go 2, 3, 4 years before we wage them finally increase and meet up to the standard of living or the economy or the current economy or economic inflation. We go there and say, but at least we know that there is a system in place that eventually, yes, though the tax go can kapun on inside, but at least eventually we go caught up, we go catch on. But there are no such systems in Sierra Leone. No such systems. So, in as much as we want for guard with resource system, we want to put structures in place for make sure say the public purse really work for the public purse, and waiting the public they put in, they invest, they see dividends of that investment. We also get to make sure say we structures they're solid. And by saying structures are solid, it's not just internal policies. It also means taking care of the bread and butter subsistence living of the people. It is very important. Subsistence living of the people is very, very important. I will left that side there for now. And I go jump to appointment. Inside this week, we really say President Bio the thing for appoint. You know, as we did in this conversation of constitutional review, amendments, and this and that, presidential powers, and this and that, and so on and so forth. I want make we read waiting come out na status where the president they propose for appoint Edmond Sylvester Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner. Make we read waiting come out status and waiting then at the ground. Okay, me fumble them. Now this come out inside status February 10, 2026. And I read. Appointment of Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner / Chairman. Section 32(3) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991 Act number 6 of 1991 provides that the members of the Electoral Commission shall be appointed by the President after consultation with the leaders of all registered political parties and subject to the approval of Parliament. First question. Did the President consult with members of all political parties, and if such ever occur, how come we not see press release them from the other political parties them for say such a consultation took place? I go on to read. In view of this consultational provision, His Excellency the President hereby consults with the leadership of your political party of his intention to appoint Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha as Chief Electoral Commission / Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. When did this consultation take place? Who were present at this said consultation? Because now, gone are the days when you just bring statements then before we and say that this happened. When you bring statements then before we, make sure say the statement thorough in presentation. Because if the statements get whole in presentation, somebody like me, when I'm a communication strategist trained, and I'm very proud of my profession, I do not take it for play. If I were writing such statement, I will start first by saying, following consultation by the President with other political party that took place on said date, blah, 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 at said location, blah, 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 at said time, blah, 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 the President, in accordance with the Constitution, that's how I would have written the statement. I know they tell anybody, say, they no sabi buku, do ya not to than their kanaya so for. I am saying, as a trained communicator, as a trained strategist, we don't occupy multiple positions then in the field of communications. And they say, if I Matilda were to be communicating to the public about something that has caused so much controversies now the Republic, something we don't left a very bitter and sour taste now people they mouth, we don't nearly bring this nation to a standstill. If I were to be repeating this, my counsel to the State House staff of communication would be A, B, C, and D taken care of first before you even attempt to say X. I hope you guys are understanding me. I'm not there now for brago. I didn't have for then say it's good for engage. And they also say when you see something we not right, talk about the one we not right and help for show how maybe or how them go able make it look right. And that's all I am doing here. You have your own methods of operation. But you see, in the communication, something way you are constantly learning. You are constantly undoing and doing. That is why I love that book. Other than international development, stakeholder relations and all that, stakeholder relations falling into the aspect of communication. I like the feel of communication. I love it. Because inside there we get opportunities. Make I tell you something. Now inside the field of communication, then I man then come out to public relations. That is where we can twist things, package it, and make it look good, depending on the situation. Make I go back to the press release. The press release go on for say, in view of the above, you are kindly requested to submit your views on this proposal within 3 working days from the date of this letter. First of all, and I could continue for something we don't bring so much controversies in the past and even up till now. There is a segment of the population where still remain aggrieved and say, because of the person, because of the bias or partiality of the person where you put there, it cost them election. It cost them election. And that the election, till now, they're not able to see result of election where make you the person where they try to appoint another person again. President. They not see the result till now wait. And then still they ask for result. For me, it's like opening old wounds. And then they serve not an old wound though, because that panda is continuing to grow. It's continuing to spread. That panda, they no matter if na penicillin, they don't try for put inside, no matter if na salt, batten, Epsom salt, it no matter if na iodine, they don't try for put inside, it no matter the treatment where they don't try for give that panda there so that the panda go begin for close slowly so that the saw from internally go begin for the main self till it come up to the flesh so that you know you go begin to see black scabbing. That way that black scabbing means say you know internally the flesh don't begin the mend. For some people, this flesh, this wound is as raw as the day it happened. So for me, for a president, we say he dey listen to him people. Then I think this has to be done with the most diplomat. It gets to be done in such a diplomatic way and with so much tact and reasoning behind it. Not to something where you they go rush. You they give people 3 days for answer waiting. Exactly. You not tell the people them when you consult. You not tell them how you consult. You not tell them who that been sit down at the table when you consult. So that the people them will know say that the right people them in sit down at the table when you consult. Waiting you consult them for. Waiting then say back to you. The nation is clueless about all of that day. And then now you come to this. Are we really trying to solve and remedy situations, or are we actively trying to escalate and aggravate? Now question me they ask, are we in the business of solving and remedying situation, or are we in the business of aggravating and agitating. And so to this effect, Sludge then self-come and pull statements quick one, they not waste time. I want make we hear waiting Sludge then being get for say, but this nomination process. Now Sludge, no, now me don't know what's in and call the name them, but we go fena. Law Society. Thank you. You know for say now we get two. We get the Bar Association. I would not say what they do. We get the Law Society. I will also not say what they do. Make them not say, Matilda, you are biased. I am not biased. I present facts as I see them. Law Society na so then say. Make we read within the Law Society say. If I agree with what and see, I know read and let me be 100% clear with my conscience and my thoughts here as I present the facts to you. I not ever open within the Law Society right until this very moment. Just like the analysis we I just do na that press release day, I not ever open them and read them because I do not want to clog my judgment. I want to be able to analyze things as I see them unfold. So me and Una, now we dey open and now we dey read. Una don't hear me analysis and me take so far, just based on the press statement. Now let us examine what the Law Society has to say about this. Let's take it from the top. So, press release. Lawyers Society condemns the proposed appointment of Mr. Edmond Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner, head of the constitutional review process and implementation of the agreement for national unity. Make we No, make we go to the Law Society and then we go to Elagion. Okay. So this now waiting Law Society then get for see. They say the Law Society has been make I go back to the screen where I did it, sorry. The Law Society has seen a letter dated 10th February 2026 being circulated on social media perpetuatedly from the office of the president, seeking the view of all registered political party on the proposed appointment by the president of Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha, currently serving as a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, as Chief Electoral Commissioner. So, meaning that he's in an acting role. Because if they say currently serving and is in an acting role, you know, occupy the role, act the act, okay? Okay, let's keep reading. This request is made in accordance with section 32.3 of the constitution, sorry people, I read now from a small screen, maybe I go move to the big screen and I go see me age shift, right? This request is made in accordance with section 32.3 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act number 6 of 1991 as amended, which stipulates that the president must consult all registered political party before appointing a Chief Electoral Commissioner. It goes on to say, the Law Society's position on this proposed appointment is outlined below. They say number 1, the appointment of Chief Electoral Commissioner during ongoing discussions surrounding constitutional amendments may undermine the review process and disregard the expressed will of the people as documented in both the Constitutional Review Committee report and the Agreement for National Unity Tripartite report, which recommend amending the current appointment process in Section 32(3) of the 1991 Constitution by the introduction of a search and nomination committee to be tasked with the responsibility of providing nominees for the President for appointment of members of the ECSL and the Political Parties Regulation Commission. Waiting in the scenario is simple. They say right now where they sit on pan this review of the Constitution where they not even engage it and agree on waiting them for do with Section 32(3) where they part and parcel of inside this constitutional review when one of the acts them where them for sit down and look better one and provide solutions or resolution of how the appointment of a Chief Electoral Commissioner and Political Party Regulation Commission get for happen or for take place. And then now, the president in one warawere inside this big talk where sidon na Igbale, okay, na the Kotoku, right? Na the marketplace, right? In one now for can appoint somebody, say then they go cause problem for waiting, then they try to walk towards. Then go on to say, proceeding with Mr. Alpha's appointment prior to implementing Recommendation 36 of the Tripartite Recommendation and Recommendation 8.10 of the Constitutional Review Committee, which calls for the establishment of a search and nomination committee, would compromise the integrity of the reform process and create the perception of influence and creates the perception of insufficient commitment to genuine electoral reform and governance. Waiting and see. Then say, if right now the president go ahead with this nomination, so it should say they're not serious with the word where them be where the tripartite committee be ibnado when a recommendation 810 and also the word where the constitutional review right now also don't ibnado we say them for open the eye and look for people there we go come together and where themselves go open eye and look for people then where they feel say then go able put their name na door for make them watch inside them better one and then suggest who that pan them then for put them before for say okay uno fit for make the president go look inside and suggest for appointing. Then say number 3, the appointment of Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha before the enactment of key recommendations such as Recommendation 6, which requests an external functional review of the ECSL and recommendation 36 may repeat past transparency and accountability challenges observed during the 2023 elections. Such actions risk reinforcing previous shortcomings rather than advancing accountability reforms within the ECSL. They say if they continue with this way so, without they not look at recommendation 6 for other people them we not there inside the politics for sit down and open eye and watch who that then go nominate. And also recommendation 36 where they talk about openness, accountability and transparency. Make we all sit down, make we all watch, make we all see. Not enough for be shrouded in secrecy. Nobody enough for locked out by anybody and hot the light. The light for their own we all for sit down and see bang bang or they waiting the happen. And say if they not wait, if the president don't wait, make them don't talk about all NTS and don't come to agreement. Waiting go happen is that waiting happen in 2023. When I use that enforce press statement analyzer inside, that thing I don't talk about and say now go happen back again. I don't need to repeat myself. They say in light of these concerns, the society respectfully urges the government of Sierra Leone to reconsider the proposed appointment, conclude the constitutional review process, and fully implement and honor the tripartite agreement, especially regarding the appointment of members of ECSL and PPRC. And say, then they tell the president, say, do ya make no rush, make it take 10 you don't suffer, and make it allow this constitutional review where they go on. Make it allow for the tripartite recommendation and the constitutional review recommendation where they don't put forward for address this massive waking happen on how for appoint people them where they sit down inside election business na salon and people them where they sit down inside political party business na salon before it go ahead with any such appointment. And I think that is a very, very thoughtful, welcomed caution. Now make we can read the other letter where another group pull nado. Okay, so inside this same talk here, so a group will call themselves ILRAG, right? No sabi them good one because then they all over the place, right? The Institute for Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice. I'm waiting then can wait. On February 13, the right say the Institute for Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice urges governments to consider the proposed appointment of Mr. Edmond Sylvester Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, as outlined in a letter from the Office of the President dated February 10, 2026. While vacancy in key institution must be filled, this nomination made under Section 32(3) of the 1991 Constitution raises serious legal, procedural, and democratic concern. It risks undermining ongoing government reforms, particularly in the aftermath of the disputed 2023 elections and the recommendations of the tripartite committee. They know they talk nothing with Matilda and already don't talk. Make we continue. Premature with pending constitutional reforms. It goes on to say, the Constitution of Sierra Leone Amendment Act 2025 bill now before Parliament I'm tempted to say these are proceedings. Okay, thank you. I can't really see the word carefully. Okay, so proposes a review of Section 32 that introduces a search and national committee to ensure transparent merit-based appointment through the ECSL, proceeding with substantive appointments before Parliament, concludes deliberation, preempts these reforms, and weakens their position. Absolutely. He said Mr. Alpha already served in an acting capacity, where I've been telling her, ensuring continuity. Then go on to say, rushing to confirm him permanently appears to bypass the legislative process and risk entrenching outdated practices before new safeguards take effect. Absolutely. ILRAG urges the president to withdraw the proposed and await the, I think, passage of the current bill. Sorry, this thing is so blurry. I can barely see what is being written, and I know they can boss me hype and government wala. This nomination reflects a broader pattern in which individuals perceived as aligned with the ruling Sierra Leonean People's Party are placed in leadership role of institution meant to be independent. During the 2023 election, several ECSL commissioners were widely perceived to be close to the ruling party, contributing to public distrust. Similar concern surrounds the current leadership of the Political Party Regulation Commission. So basically, within the talk na so, they say, unumember say, it don't they look like say institutions them where some strategic institutions them and places them, the government they put people in there where it like say na their own people them or people them where believe in them party value, and so therefore this one also they create bad blood business, distrust. People they not believe again pan the government, and so they say this same thing also now it happened during the 2023 election where the government appoints people them where the Talek say they are sympathizers, na so react people into the government where help for bring calm the kata way happen during the 2023 election. So, and say for avoid all that one, and they make the president hang bars first. And wait, make the constitutional review done, make everything done and make them come to an agreement on how this particular thing is supposed to happen. And then, based on that recommendation, the other outcome, they now we don't change now, then he can use that is if he's still to be the one to appoint. I honestly don't think he should, because if that is what we are going to revert to at the end, then we might as well just leave things as is. The thing we go talk about standing. It says insufficient constitution under section, insufficient consultation under section 32.3. It says section 32.3 requires the president to appoint ECSL members after consultation with the leaders of all registered political party and with parliamentary approval. Historically, this has been reduced to sending a brief letter requesting feedback within 3 working days. This approach falls short of genuine consultation and exclude meaningful input from opposition party. I'm waiting at talk. Be not talking, so I don't need to explain that again. It says this practice undermines the constitutional intent of multi-party consensus. Constitutions must involve substantive engagement, not procedural formalities. Absolutely, I agree with that. It says ILRGA urges President Julius Maada Bio to withdraw the nomination, conduct authentic consultation and align with the tripartite recommendation 36 and pending consultation reforms. We urge what's that word? Okay. We urge Parliament not to ratify any rushed appointment and prioritize reform that truly empowers citizens. We urge enhanced transparency to help enforce confidence in our democracy. I think say that English they very simple for make una understand waiting then they say, right? Me don't analyze the whole thing done. If not, they wait for make I analyze and some more. I don't done with that day. I don't talk with it again for talk. The two statements are very reflective of the sentiments of the population. Consultation have to be genuine. Reforms take time, and with genuine change, you get for calm, you get for be willing for be open up and listen to everybody and listen to everyone and bring people to the table. Yeah, and be of open mind. Be of open mind. It's a give and take situation, right? That is why it's called consultation. You dey consult. It means when you go inside consultation, you are going to negotiate. Negotiate, not to wait no more you want. You can't put on a table. You have to come in with the spirit of negotiation, the spirit of compromise, the spirit of give and take. But if na so no more, una want just bamboozle the process. I keep saying this and I keep saying this. People will only bear so much, they can only take so much. And after a while, if you push them to the wall, where you don't push somebody at the wall and you don't choke her, you don't begin to choke. When he bounce back, the face not they look good. The action not they look good. So we are in a process. Why don't we allow the process to unfold naturally so that it is not just about the now. It is about another 50 years. Hopefully it is about another 100 years. How about that? What do we rush for? What is this rush about? Because right now, this quick majiji rush, it's like you are trying to cement foundation for 2028. And I don't think say that then are the loophole na one for make people perceive on us. Excuse me. I don't think say you want to be perceived as that. I think say what you want people for calm. Yes, the audience can make call. We don't put the number there. Now Raj Tomkin, yeah. Raj Tomkin, the number then there. You want to make a call, please feel free to make a call at any time. There is no time when at the talk where if a call can't go well, and not they stop waiting, they say and take the call. But just remember, say me sure they done 7 o'clock. You don't pass 7 o'clock. There are just few things more I need for touch on before this show is so close. So if you want to make a call, please by all means do so. Me sure that 2 hours. I know they go beyond 2 hours. If I go beyond 2 hours, it just mean I need to tap on some things here and there. So moving ahead, we see there's a warrant of arrest issued for Zainab Sharif. The last time I spoke about PPRC and waiting and they talk about Zainab Sharif and you know and the Secretary General of the APC, Lansana Doumbouya, has shown a video of his release, but now he's been remanded. The court refused to give him bail where he appeared in the court. Zainab Sharif, on the other hand, police don't pull warrants of arrest for arrest say he make defamatory statement against the president. You see, growing up na Salone as a baby, and I go begin from as a baby, say as a teenager. Growing up na Salone as a baby, I no be no Papa Sheki in full name. Probin Stevens, Shaka Stevens, former president of Salone, Shaka Stevens. I no be ever sabi as a baby now. Papa Sheki wetin I been sabi am for, and just see the innocence of a child when you are surrounded, when you environment, how your environment can influence you also. The innocence of a child, Papa Sheki wetin me been sabi am for na Papa Sheki big nose. That's what I knew him for as a child. So just imagine if somebody had called me up in a public space and say, what then as a child, I dey talk primary, not even primary school, I'm not even sure anymore. I'll have to go back chronologically and look at when he was in office, the time when he left office, how old really I was. Yeah? Because Papa Sheki left office not too long and then Momo came inside. That I remember clearly, and I don't tell you now how Momo, lantern and parade and all of these things, how I mean next door neighbor and host Bunting. You know, Bunting and host na they can be. So now let me take no more. I can boost streets. Anybody we know right electronics, Bunting right. If you sabi Cambo Street, good and you sabi right electronics and before me. And then Bunting Wright was friends with, you know, the Momos and all of that. So make I go chronological. As a child, Papa Sheki big no sleep in sabi amfo. So if at that time as a child, I mean, call me say, Matilda, which I'm the president of Sierra Leone, I swear to God with my innocence, I'm pretty sure say I'm for say yes, the president of Sierra Leone is Papa Sheki Big Nose. Honestly, I am sure that's what Nana is responsible for be. But then growing up now, as young Pekin, right? They go whatever. Momo Kainsai. During Momo in term, before the war, what me be know Momo for, right? I not be know in full name. What me be know Momo for na Momo Big Ways or Momo Big Mouth. Now I mean Sabian for Momo big waist or Momo big mouth. I am getting somewhere here, people who are patient with me. And then you have Tijan Kaba, whose name they were not called Tijan Kaba VOS Salone, post-war Sierra Leone. Then call Tijan Kaba named Emerson, the Sierra Leone musician and lyricist, political lyricist, because I think he's a political lyricist, even though he don't deviate from that. Everybody gets the will and then gets rights to the decision. Call them Bobo Bele. Call them Bobo Bele, say they just there for rip the state. Call them Bobo Bele. We don't hear coconut aid. And eat some more wood. Them people and they were called so Shaka Stephen, for all of him bad trick allegedly that he had. And I really say one day arrest somebody because they call her Shaki Big Nose, or that the police ever stepped in, because the term when me they talk about Shaka Stephen in term now, I'm talking about the time of the Jackson Smiths. I'm talking about the time of the late waiting at this mania Joseph, the late oh geez, what is his name now? Oh shoot, the name go come. Una know that they talk about, right? The late, the one where then kill, oh, what is his name? His name been then at the tip of my finger like this show. Bambe Kamara. I'm talking about the time of them people. And they una hear one day you say Bambe Kamara pull warrant of arrest because somebody called Papa Sheki Big Nose. All them picking them at Kuton Road, Shaka Stephen Street. No. Actually, in roots now been Kuton Road, Syke Street, or Savage Street, and then go. That was his route. As a matter of fact, when they say they can Papa Sheki Big Nose, that was the chant. Where you let go for like accordingly they let go back for you. But one day, all of what you can accuse them for, one day, or there is no record of say because somebody called Papa Sheki Big Nose, they arrest them. One day there is no record of because somebody called Momo Big Waist or Tumba. As a matter of fact, that's what they call them Tumba. Because they call Momo Tumba, Big Tumba. Because they call Momo Tumba, or they call him Big Waist, or they call him Big Mouth, that they arrest that person there. Or that person was put to jail, or that the police intervene for go arrest the person. You don't care. Or that then go and call how they call a late President Ahmed Tija. All them people are how they call so a blessed memory now. That then go arrest. In fact, as a matter of fact, when the thing don't gain and done, it tell people and say, but una left them picking their asso. Unu left them. Unu left people make them talk. It is better for us to judge than to war. So please allow them. I don't want them to go to the bushes. I don't want them to take up ammunition. I don't want them to be backed into a corner where they think they cannot speak. Unu allow them, make them judge because I don't want war. We quick for forget that country there. And it's by Koma, whose name they no call am? Whose name we left where they no call am? Have you on record? Is it on record anywhere? Say because Anes by Koma, this person called Anes by Koma, this or say this na public space or this and that person was arrested or a warrant of arrest was issued against that person there. Here's the point I'm trying to make. We did right in the middle of negotiating constitutional reform for we country where already the negotiation not they go well already. Suspicions have been cast on the process already. People they don't begin they watch the constitutional review process with one eye open, one eye closed. Threats have been levied on a walkout already. From the main people they want to suppose for sit down at table with. We the layman, we not even kind society itself for begin talk we own them. We the people that you serve. We not begin kind society itself for begin talk we own them. And because of free speech we guaranteed already, we enshrined within the constitution. Nobody no kill nobody in goat. Nobody no assault nobody in puss. Why make una no go allow for make water throw away na ducks back and walk away like them good Creole king say? It is water on ducks back. It no they affect me. Me say it no right na me back. It no they no label no they way at the waka with we say this. Why don't our people in authority, we people them we meant for protect secure lives and property, we people them we supposed for make tin cool? Why make na then they make tin warm? Why make na then they go shake the volcano, they disturb for make the volcano erupt? Why? It was just, today is the 14th, which means that if I add few more days, so it was just less than a month ago that Sidon also declared Remembrance Day after 24 years of waiting happen at that country day. Now just this January, Sidon and say, let us remember, let us reconcile, we make peace. Make we not allow waiting happen yesterday, today, and that bamba. Make we not ever allow it for happen again. Make we sit down and make we talk to we self. Make we encourage we self. Make we not a do thing that we go make things smell. All I am going to remind you people, when you are in position of power and you think you can exert and levy power on people, or nonchalantly, indiscriminately, because you think power is on your side today. Remember, power is very fleeting. The same very people who you met going up are the same people that you will meet coming down. And trust me, when you were going up, if you do not treat them with dignity, respect, and kindness, when you are coming down, they will march on you. They will march on you. They will march on you and they not go look back. Because the time where God been give you opportune, where God been opportune you for treat them with kindness, for treat them responsibly, for treat them with dignity and respect, for treat them as human beings, for treat them as Sierra Leonean born on the same soil. You refuse to do so before you allow ego and power for cloud you, for take over your sense of reasoning. Una left. Me, Matilda, small Matilda, I don't sit down here for years now. I don't tell you now say una left. Una left. Power is fleeting. It never lasts. It will never last a lifetime. We don't see people them. We don't sit down. So we don't sit down. We don't witness people. They don't cut shoulder by other people there. People they don't take advantage by other people. But now so back we sit down when we see them downfall. Where are they today? Where are they today? Who is talking about them? When they talk about the who and who of society, who is inviting them to any space? Who do they give their yai? The very people that will be in the battle on a wedding, they say yes, he missed them or he missed them, and so for do their bet. Now the same very people them today they don't want for make self name them associate with them. They don't want for make self them call una and then at the same space. They no want for make set people and talk say una been sabi them. Now the events then are them party then they know they invite una, they know they put you on a high chair, like what I mean they put you on a high chair. You know, dignitaries, guests of honor. Una don't become oblivion, una don't become wind. Very fleeting. The people don't know but to know existence anymore. Some of una na scrubs. Na scrubs. Bega walk now, I don't go pan back. Bega walk now, I don't go pan back. Let us treat people with dignity and respect. Let us allow people the space and freedom to exercise their democratic rights. Somebody tell you what, so waiting. Now righty rights now you forward. Now righty rights now you back. He pin poster behind you back. He kill you, he stab you, he wound you. Allow. Let people say what they want to say. So long as within you, you know say waiting and they say, not to you then they talk about, not to you it be. If they call me say Matilda Tifu man. So long as I not say me I not thief, I not buy, I not sell. Uswana miyonde, you are free to call me Tifu man until you show me proof that I am a Tifu man. And you carry me go usai for carry me go usai na miyonde. If they say Matilda you were awa, it is what you have seen. Yes. It is what you have seen. We create people and can say kaka long tay but he must cut. Remember that word there. We create people there can say kaka long tay but he must cut. When the kaka cut to say you make a land. Some people they don't land war. We don't see them. Some people them na the mercy no more and the heart of humanity can make people and can cop them. Don't put yourself in a situation where tomorrow you go ever live for regret and for the rest of your life. Please, make we dey take time with this power. Make we dey take time with this power. I have gone so extensively over my time, but I needed to do this. I needed to say this. Less than a month ago, you are talking peace, you are talking remembrance, you are talking never again, you are talking acceptance, you are talking unification. And then this, Ebo, you know, it can make some of you where they sit down at them spaces they are continue for talk. It can make we tire. It can make me tired, bad one. Because it's as if you are talking to a brick wall. But then tomorrow, Bamba, where something meet you, want make people and take pity on you. You want make people and have mercy on. Did you have mercy on them when you had the time to have mercy on them? Did you take pity on them when you had the opportunity to take pity on them? Did you see them like a human being when you had the opportunity to see them as such? Did you? Did you? Unu can do na forget say tomorrow day. Unu can forget say tomorrow day. Unu can forget say elect how long the next long morning must come. Unu can forget say not say how much how long it take net don't clean. Don't must clean. So let us be careful. Let us be careful. Do must clean and do go clean. And we do clean. We do clean if you don't get water for wash your face. Make sure say during the net you been sutra the one that way they around you. so that they go give you water for wash your face if you don't get. Like Zainab Sharif say, he not do nothing. She's a citizen of the nation who voiced her opinion, he not do nothing for make anybody arrest her at all. And she's right. Who's one now na this thing? Did President Bio authorize you to do what you people are doing? And I keep saying it. I don't think so. The person where you feel say you defect for, I don't think so. Because nobody in his right senses, having known what he known, having witnessed everything he has witnessed thus far, because somebody says something, they not go ink and they not go tattoo on your forehead. Then you grab and say, make we be careful now this life, oh. Make we be careful, people, make we be careful. The last thing I want to talk where I will end with, next week I know there so, like I tell you, na Black History Month na Salone, I say na Salone na Canada. February is Black History Month. Next week I will be at a dinner celebrating Black history on the Hill. And when I say the Hill, we don't hill na so na like White House na America. That is the best. Or the House of Lords na England. So, but something sad happened in Sierra Leone. Sunday night, early into the night on Sunday. And that is the mother of matron Christina Valentina, married commander. Now she is Mrs. Commander, or she died, being known as Mrs. Commander. Okay. Now give me 1 second. I don't even think say I will get emotional talking about this. I don't even think say I'll get emotional. This person is a lecturer at the School of Health in Salone. She's a matron as well. She studied nursing. She was allegedly, and I say allegedly because for me, when a minor is involved in something, no matter the circumstance, it is part of my profession for make sure say that minor they also be protected within the full covering of the law. And so, in as much as I vex, in as much as I pained, I therefore be very careful in handling this. So the tragic killing of Mrs. Valentina Bisodo Kathleen Commander Nee Nichols, a respected matron at Connaught Hospital and lecturer at the Faculty of Nursing, Commerce, continue to grip Sierra Leone as police investigation moves forward with new evidence and confession. And because there is a minor involved in this, I would not say who the minor is. When I go read and when I make inference on waiting on I want to make inference in. On however, waiting me go say is, you know, the inverse is what I spoke about of the police and their action. But you see this particular one where they can't talk but now, that is the sole reason why the police exist. Protect life and property. A lot of speculations don't surround Catherine in death. For a lot of people, you people know her as Valentina. For me, I know her as Catherine Nichols. Or Catherine Nicole, not Nichols. Catherine Nicole, Mrs. Commander. And when I go ask me, say why? I got emotional because Catherine go convent. And I not ever hide the fact say I go convent. And the year they was men na convent. Catherine, even though we were not classmates, but because we all go the same school, we know we safe. Catherine, even though her mama not teach me in a convent, because her mother is a teacher, an educator by profession, even though her mama not teach me in a convent, I knew her mother, know of her elder sister, and know of Catherine, where now we all graduate now the same year group. So today they sit down and they talk about the killing of, it could have been me, because Catherine and I are the same age group. We all graduate the same year group. Catherine, they part of a WhatsApp group. Obviously, we know say comments, they do the 160. Where me also they part of. And so on Sunday morning, when you hear the joy, the sheer joy of somebody so excited for take part in his school anniversary or events that's part of their school anniversary, but in the midst of that duty calls, and he lets go of that school anniversary day and go attend to a duty that called. And by the evening, that person day in life so brutally hacked away from society, from humanity, you can't help but question God why. You can't help but question God why. And so for me, this is not a personal plea. Me along with me convent sisters them, especially the group, the graduating group of class of 1997 from the St. Joseph's Convent Secondary School, Duya, with the appeal to Papa Police. Duya, with the appeal to internal, external, secret investigators, whoever needs to come on board, please, for justice, for grant justice to Catherine, please, Duya. Una no cover this na carpet, Duya de beguna. Una no mess this up for we, Duya de beguna. Una do everything professionally, humanly, empathetically possible for bring to bear each and every single person we get hand in Catherine in demise. She was young. She was vibrant. She was helpful. She was smart. She was a wife. She was a mother. She cared for a community. Close. From afar and from within. So Duya, investigators, lead detectives, because me no know how the system they run a salon when it come and anything, and the forensic detective, if we get anything that has to be done, do ya. If we call for make una ask for external expertise, do ya una ask. We the blue and pink, we stretch far. I know they say I'm pambosto, but we the blue and pink, we stretch far. If you take one of we sisters them, we the inside that profession, they for can help una, they will do it without any hesitation. So do ya at the big Papa Police. Each and every one responsible for Catherine in death, no stone unturned. Let it be swift. Let it be professional. Let it be right. But let it be just. Do ya? Standing on me plea to Papa Police. Because this one is what you ought to do. This one is in your alley. This one is your call of duty. Do ya? Make me schoolmates. Make him killing no go buffy. Do ya? Make him not turn ready around here, there, and he left soon. Do ya? With the big guna, with the class of 97. If nobody else no big guna, me Matilda Nayaso, because I belong to that class there, I belong to that group there. Do ya? We put Nina gun. We lay down with Omojuba. And we say, do ya? We sister. You want them with their hand inside. We need for no. We need for sabi. And the need for face the full course of the law. According to the prescription of the law. We don't want for flout anything. That is why I said, let it be done professional. Let it be done with humanity. Let it be done right. But let it be done just. Please. May the soul of Catherine rest in peace, because Nadande Misabianfo. And so I'll continue to refer to her as Catherine. And may justice prevail on her head. That was tough for me. Then they take everything inside of me to do. Because it's so close to home. So close to home. But listen. For una way they celebrate Valentine. Happy Valentine's to you all. If you do celebrate. For me and my man, who don't ever celebrate Valentine, I think it's been a decade now, close to a decade now. Because we would always plan and we would always get each other these gifts and stuff. One year, we were both so busy that we all to go brackets in the same store after work. We look we safe. We know what we'll be doing at the store. We just bust laugh all the way and waka komosa phone. And from that day, they were like, we are done with this. We're done. We enjoy each other's company. We serenade and celebrate each other all the time. We don't need a special day to do so. So that's how Valentine has been for my husband and myself. But for them, when they were still crazy and obsessed about it, that, oh, my husband must take me out. We have to go to dinner. My wife must take me out. Yeah. Hey, Otilo, enjoy. Enjoy. For me, I don't want me to come inside. All right. Okay, so make a do few comments before I go and close the show. I already don't stretch the time way past what it's supposed to be, but another year so next week. So when I take this as unobonya because I'm not here next week. Let's go on to says good evening. Okay, so Albert say, Matilda, they not for a point. Okay, I don't read that one. The people IG. I think that was when I was talking to Sobola. Alisan Kamara say hi. And then we go on to Raj Tom. We say, you always think ahead. And then it goes on to say, please encourage calls from concerned Sierra Leonean. Like I say, my phone line always open. And then, excuse me, George Wakawe say, Major General Joseph Saido Momo, LOL. And then George Waka continued to say, free speech or constitutional criticism is not allowed in this present environment. And then he goes on to say, in my humble opinion, our country is at a pivotal moment in our history. If we don't get the constitution review right, then we will have problems in the future. And then Judge Waka continues to say, LOL laughed out. Wow, must be saying something that made him laugh. I must have said, it goes, you blow mind, oh Matilda, which is necessary from time to time. I'm just speaking my truth and standing in my truth, right? It goes, Matilda, happy Valentine's Day to you and all on YouTube. Indeed, happy Valentine's Day to all of Una. It goes on to say, and then Amadu says, I knew her when she was attending St. Joseph. She was living at Old Railway Line. I don't know that you be the talk about, but if not me, you the talk about, I not ever live na Old Railway Line. My own Matilda, Josephine. I no go call the other name. I type at Josephine because na that name they know me for a convent. We read me circle, no ever tap na Old Railway Line. Maybe close to that axis, but never at Old Railway Line. Goes on to say, George Walker, how are you? Goes on to say, Amadou, tell the master, thank you, how you safe, thank God, George. Amadou, how you did do, VOS Salone, who bewitched you? And then, C. Kamara, how are you? And then goes on to say, Matilda, please confirm if Fatima Bio is a Conventonian, because if she is, she'll be in front of the fight for Catherine. I plead the fifth. See Kamara, we create people like in say what you don't know, not talk. That's good attitude to have about Valentine's Day, but in the West, the pressure is on you. Matilda, no go see you on next Saturday, otherwise Lansana, we go look for you Lonta. Well, you go look for me up na Parliament Hill, and then you go there enjoy myself. May she rest in peace, absolutely. May Catherine's soul rest in peace. Matilda, I was talking about the matron. Yes, okay, you were talking about Catherine. Absolutely, yes, that's where Catherine, yes, absolutely. Old Railway Line, Sykes Street, the place that they yesterday. Yes, did you ever live in Ivory Coast, Matilda? Yes, I lived in Ivory Coast. I attended the university in Ivory Coast as well. So if you know me from Ivory Coast, yes, Matilda, I lived in Ivory Coast. I attended the university in Ivory Coast. Absolutely. But listen, me time don't fast spend. Too fast spend for Valentine Day. Just because I know they do Valentine on me for say, I know for go hang out with me man. Me a married woman, very proud married woman at that. Married to a very fine, beautiful man. Tall glass of cocktail. Yes. I'm just kidding you guys. Okay, people, enjoy your time, enjoy your family. Again, like I say, if you not celebrate, happy Valentine's Day. If you don't celebrate, it's all good. Do what you do, and I go see you now at the end of the month. Hopefully, me and Pajamboya go there soon for Rob Mott. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Make we drive kush na salon. but we life them.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? When we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell, now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the truth. Other food and they for it, come up and kush. We say bring this message so you do work for you.
Every day we dey lost it, man.